And thank you, Rachel. It's so lovely to hear from the staff kind of on the ground and how important and how much it means to them that some of these projects that we're working on. So it's amazing for the patients, but also that the staff can work in this wonderful environment. And we've been sort of seeing all the stuff arrive and all the kit arrive. And I know Rachel talked already about the projector, but I'm quite excited to go and see that one in action because I think they're brilliant. I've seen them for children, but for for the older population, I think it would be amazing. So thank you for sharing that. And the pictures to show, the start and the finish or almost finish. It just helps us as well think about the future projects and what we're going to be able to support. And we've talked about kit and equipment and how important it is, but the capital kind of projects, these kind of refurbishments, for us are also amazing because you can really see the difference from start to finish that it's made. And like Rachel said, hopefully we can have some patient stories as well to share with you all, which is always really nice. So future projects, we've got quite a lot of future projects coming up, which are quite exciting. And I think Janine will probably talk a little bit about some of them when she talks around sort of fundraising campaigns. She's already mentioned that the GICU, we're kind of at a midway point now, so that one is going to carry on for us in terms of the project build and kind of getting that last bit finished and continuing with that. So that's kind of a key one for us. But part of that as well, which it does link to it, but it's slightly different, that we're working on is hopefully a Gicu Garden. So this is going to be an outside space next to the new GICU, which is going to be an amazing environment for patients to be able to use. So it will be, again, part of the rehab services that are offered. And as Rachel touched on, just being able to take patients into a different area, into a different environment, and especially out of the hospital setting and into kind of some fresh air. And the garden will be specially designed, obviously, to help with the rehabilitation of patients and also families, just a quiet space for families to go and get away from being in that environment. So that's a really exciting one that at the moment we are having designs done and scoping that one out. So hopefully that will be this year. A couple of other really exciting ones, which are quite small, but I think they have such a big impact. We are looking to put some special artwork, which is going to be floor to ceiling designs in the corridors and theatres that are specific for children. So again, when they're kind of going down towards the theatres to have their surgery, there'll be a bright, colourful environment for them, much nicer than it is at the moment, which is just a very kind of plain hospital corridor, which isn't going to offer too much comfort for children. So that's something that's really nice. And again, we've got the artwork has been designed, it's ready to go. We're just getting some estates work done so that the walls are ready to be able to have that. So that's a great one. Another couple that we're doing in different areas, but again, similar. So we're doing them in the GICU as well, I believe, but they're sky tiles. And so again, on the ceiling, instead of just having the plain white tiles, in the middle, there's an LED tile that can imitate the sky or the outdoors. And we're putting some of those into the theatres over in Princess Anne. And also in the new neuro intensive care unit space as well, which is going to be having a refurbishment this year. So our next big project, like I said, the GICU is ongoing, and as a charity, we're always looking for our next big project and campaign that we can focus on. It's very early days at the moment, and we're working with the Children's Hospital team to try and establish exactly what it's going to be, but we're really hoping that it's going to be a ward refurbishment within the child health area. We haven't had a child health project for a little while. Obviously we did the CETD project, which was amazing, and we obviously would like to kind of go back to support that area as well. So hopefully, again, when we have our next update and in newsletters to come, we'll be able to let you know exactly what we're doing and if we are able to support that and the next stages for it. And just obviously I've spoken a lot about the MOP one as well, but thank you as well, Julie, for updating on the Mellor House, because I think, again, that's a project that we've been able to support with, and you can see how wonderful it looks inside, but also the impact that must have for patients' families who are here are obviously going through quite a difficult time anyway. And obviously we're able to do that because of the amazing support that we get from our donors and our supporters. So it's really lovely to be able to see some of those pictures and share them. So thank you as well for updating us on that. So that's everything, I think, on future projects. Like I said, we do have 50 at the moment, so there's quite a lot, and we will continue to update our supporters sort of through newsletters and things with the future projects, and as they progress and as we get more information, to be able to share that with you as well.